Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. I took my brand new Arrma Vorteks 4x4 3S BLX out to the racetrack. Oh, I didn't even notice it says 21 on the little number plate there. Anyways, yeah, I took my Arrma Vorteks over to the local carpet track to test it out, see how it ran on a actual racetrack. So I've driven this in dirt, but in my opinion, it's a little more suited more towards like a track or maybe speed runs, the pavement, that kind of thing. And so I was curious how this actually drove, and I want to share some running footage as well as my thoughts. So yeah, I ran this on 2S, pretty much completely box stock, out of the box, no changes whatsoever. And you know, even the tires, shocks, everything were just completely stock. Ran okay. You know, this is a track I've taken my Arrma Granite to as well, and the Granite was quite a bit of a handful, but actually the Vorteks drove a lot better, certainly more suitable than the Granite for something like a racetrack. It just handles tons better, flips over mud a lot less, doesn't wheelie and endo quite as much. So yeah, it was pretty decent out there. So thoughts on the truck, it still can traction roll. I think the suspension is quite soft for the track. You definitely would want to look into probably lowering the car, getting the center of gravity a lot lower, probably using some stiffer springs if possible, probably thicker shock oil weights as well. I think maybe even some shock limiters, maybe put like 2 millimeters of limiters inside of the shocks to prevent the full shock extension quite so much, because it does tend to roll quite a bit through the corners. That's really the main limiting factor, and how fast you can go is really your corner speed. And because it does still roll quite a bit, it does traction roll. And as a result, you kind of have to limit how fast you go. Power is great. It's also critical to get your slippers set correctly. Mine was too tight out of the box, so loosening that a little bit will allow you to apply the power a lot more smoothly. It won't wheelie. You'll get like maximum forward traction, and also under brakes be a lot more stable as well. So having the properly set slipper is critical for your track conditions, and will make a huge difference in how this thing drives, how you're able to put down the power. The tires are great, no issues whatsoever. They are quite firm, which actually is an advantage. They got really stiff compound rubber on this, which is a big advantage on carpet. That's what you want. You don't really want these tires kind of folding over and being like super soft. So they're excellent for the carpet. You know, I find that they perform quite a bit better in a high traction type surface, let's say the street or the carpet, or probably even an indoor, you know, damp clay track would work okay, grass, that kind of thing. They really don't work that well in loose dirt, any sort of dusty conditions. These are just not really ideal for that, and you'll want to look into different tires. But yeah, overall the truck was really fun to drive. I could see someone actually, you know, maybe racing this in kind of a rookie or novice type class, sort of an open class. You could race this thing with some tuning. I'd also think a faster servo would help quite a bit. This servo is okay for bashing, but on a racetrack, it does feel really slow. The radio ends up feeling really sluggish, but I think it's mainly actually the servo is a little bit too slow. It's always sort of catching up to what you want to do. So there's some changes I would make. You know, stiffer springs, shorter, lower the car by removing some of the spacers on the shocks. Probably put in some shock limiters would help. If you were to ask me between this and the Wrestler 4x4, which one drives better on the track, I would say the Wrestler 4x4 is going to be a lot better of a true race car. This is not a race car. You know, this is really just an Arrma Granite with some changes to make it more of a stadium truck, and those changes do improve the handling quite a bit. I'm kind of surprised how much better this handles in the Granite, but at the end of the day, it's still a basher. You know, the Wrestler 4x4, you've got different shock positions, you've got different spring rates you can buy, you can add sway bars, you can get a center differential for the Wrestler. So overall, the Wrestler really is much closer to a race truck. This is like a basher that is, you know, somewhat track capable, and you're able to run there. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon, and enjoy this running footage.